Good morning, afternoon, or evening, everyone. My name is Jay, and welcome to The Breakfast Apes. Today we're going to be starting kind of a new series. This is probably going to be the first video that's actually up on the YouTube channel, and this is going to be because I have no self-control over buying children's building block toys. And also, these building block toys, as you know, kind of come in all sorts of themes, shapes, sizes, sets. So we're going to be looking at a Star Wars set, despite the fact that I'm wearing a Spider-Man shirt. Do very much love Star Wars, and we're going to be reviewing a set that includes my actual favorite character in all of Star Wars. So if my lovely assistant slash wife would be so inclined to give us today's set at what we're going to be looking at today. Well, thank you, dear. So anyway, today's set that we're going to be looking at is the Obi-Wan Kenobi Jedi Starship from Episode 2, Attack of the Clones. Now, I could be mistaken, but I thought this was a 20th anniversary set for Attack of the Clones, but I don't see the symbol on here, and I didn't really see much when I was looking into this. So I could be wrong, could not be, I don't know. But anyway, let's go ahead and see what's inside. Oh, that's right, because I already built the set, and this is like the fourth time of me shooting this. So anyway, I have the set right here, and I have the minifigures. Do have this little thing. It's called a Lazy Susan, and I bought it because I thought it was going to be cool for displaying stuff. Because look, it moves. It goes in circles. I thought it was going to be really cool for this stuff, but how do I put this kindly? It's kind of dumb. But anyway, let's turn that off. Oh, it's vibrating. It's oscillating. This is the set that we're looking at right here. It is a very small set, approximately small in size, but it's actually one of the better Jedi starships that I've seen from LEGO in recent times. Some of them are a little too blocky. Some of them don't really get that nice kind of curvature off the top. So while I'm talking about this set, I may throw up some footage of me putting the set together, because I might have mentioned this before. This is actually like the third time I'm recording something for this. I cannot get it right, and I hate everything that I do. But anyway, we'll go ahead and jump into what the set is. This is the box that it comes in, really small box. Not much else to say about it, but it is a nice box because it does come with the quick open easy tab, so you can just push your thumbs in there and the contents fall out of it. It is a relatively quick build, as I said. It is approximately 282 pieces. It only took me about an hour to build, with several mess ups, mind you. I think I actually got about more than halfway with the build, and I realized, so these wings actually come off like that. And I realized that I misplaced one of the pieces on the siding, so then I'm going in and, like a toddler with two brain cells, I'm mashing the wing in, hoping that it's going to stick, and it's got this giant gap in it. But that was because I did not place it right. So with that, do you get anything else with the 282 pieces? Well, other than the Starship, you do get 3 minifigures, one of which is actually a first-time exclusive to the set. I'll get to that in a moment. The first figure is actually my favorite character in all of Star Wars, Obi-Wan Kenobi, and he has his lovely, sexy mullet. It is removable, so if you don't like the mullet, you can take it off. He gets this nice little hood piece that you can put onto him, but he does have a unique little face print to him. So on one side, he has his "I'm ready for action" face, and then on the other side, you can flip it to his not so serious, I have a bad feeling about this face, where he's got the little golden headpiece on for when he's piloting the ship. So he does have 2 faces there, one that's kind of ready for action, one that's, I guess it's more serious, but not so ready for action, more piloting. You do get his lightsaber. It is a nice translucent blue. Yeah, not much else to say about that. It's a nice hilt, nice mold. I do like that it comes with the little hood that you can put on there, because then you can recreate the little raining scene, like throw this in your bathtub or something and be like, I have made contact on Camino. The next minifigure we have is actually the one I just talked about that is an exclusive to this set. This is a first time print because as far as I'm aware, they actually have, Lego's never actually made a Kaminoan before. So this is a first. And it is a nice little minifig, I will say. It's a nice mold. So if you've seen like the Princess Leia or Queen Amidala kind of stuff, it does come with the little like dress piece instead of like movable legs like most of the other minifigures, which isn't bad, but for like action or kids that like poses, it's kind of just a display minifigure, but it is nice nonetheless. Does have a nice print, does have a backing. The neck's a little plain. They didn't really put much detail on there. The arms don't really have a print for them, but I won't fault them for that. This is the first time we've ever seen this figure. The character is, and I may be pronouncing this wrong, Taun We. She was one of the 2 original Kaminoans that we see in Attack of the Clones. And yeah, it's a pretty cool minifigure. It's pretty large, actually. If I put Obi-Wan next to it, it does have that extra like neck piece, so it's a couple millimeters taller than most of the other minifigures you'll get out of other Lego sets, but nice little minifigure. The last minifigure we get in the set is actually R4P17, Obi-Wan's co-pilot for the Jedi starships. Not much else to say about it. It's a nice little droid print to have. It matches the colors of the ship. It's a nice red and white. Doesn't have a back printing. I know that a lot of the newer astromech droids, like R2 for instance, like almost all of the R2-D2 sets that he comes in now have like back printing. This one does not. It just has a front print. It does have like the 360 on the head, but I'm pretty sure, correct me if I'm wrong, I'm pretty sure most of the astromech droids always come with a 360 print on the top. But yeah, these are the 3 minifigures. They're pretty nice, not too shabby. It is really nice to get the Taun We minifigure, and I think that this would be one of the main reasons why you would want to pick this set up, because this is the first time a Kaminoan has been in a Lego set. It's the only one you can get right now. This set's actually going to be retiring, I believe, after this summer. The recording date for this video is, July 13th? Okay, it is July 13th. Thank you. So probably around when the September sets come out, this set may be starting to like pull itself off shelves. I'd have to double check that. I'm just thinking off the top of my head. But this set is normally about $30 USD. But if you pay attention to sales, or you have some of those VIP points, or have like a gift card or something, you can get this set cheaper for $30 to $35. Because some places may raise the price. I've seen it for $35. I've seen it for $30. I wouldn't pay that for this. It's a nice set to have, especially for the Taun We minifigure. I got it on sale at Target for about $23. I would say that's a fair price. That's about the price of a battle pack. You do get a substantially bigger build than a battle pack, but for these figures, I guess the extra few bucks is worth it. So the final few details that I will say about the Jedi Starfighter, it does have some cool things on it. So it does actually have this little antenna piece on the side here, kind of where Obi-Wan can make his communication runs, and there's actually a swivel piece also where you can take your R4 droid, decapitate him, put him onto the little swivel piece, and then boom, he's an onboard astromech. So that's pretty cool. He spins around. And some of these sets, I know I've seen this in the past with other Jedi Starfighters. I can't remember exactly which one also did this. Maybe Anakin's from like the OG Clone Wars stuff. But this one, you can actually take the front part in front of the cockpit off, take the useless body of the astromech when it's on the ship, store them in there, pop it back on, and now it's out of sight, out of mind. If I can, click Legos together. But it's out of sight, out of mind. Nice little hidden feature. The feet, the landing gear also retracts. Not this part, this black part in the back stays there to keep it stable. But you do have a little 2-piece landing gear system. It does retract, fold out, so you can display it pretty nicely on something, but it folds up if you're in play mode. And then Yeah, you can play with it, all that stuff. It does come with 2 stud launchers. They're pretty nice. They do launch pretty far. I tried to get footage of it, but it wasn't picking up the best. But yeah, that's about it for the Starship. It's pretty cool. Now we're going to get on to my favorite and most scientific 2 tests of the review. The first being the taste test. Yes, you heard me right, the taste test. There are a lot of counterfeit Legos out there. There are bad minifigures, bad Lego sets. So to make sure we're getting what is good quality, we need to make sure it tastes like quality. You know what I'm saying? So I'm excited about this first one here. We got Obi-Wan Kenobi, and I think he's going to go down the hatch smooth, nice, like a fine aged wine. So let's give him a try. Yeah, that tastes like a very fine, young, with a mullet, Ewan McGregor. So that one, I'd give a 10 out of 10 to that. That's a great minifigure, great tasting minifigure. And let's give him a sniff, too. He smells like what I had for lunch. But, you know, that's probably because I just shoved him in my mouth. Anyway, let's move on to Ton Wei. This one I have a feeling is going to taste bad because it's a Kaminoan. It lives in the salty water. It's probably going to taste like fish, and I hate fish. So, down the hatch. Yeah, it tastes like shit. Anyway, then we have R4. I'm sorry, little buddy. We got to take you out of your little casing here, and you're going to get devoured. I think it's going to taste like metal. It's going to taste like I bit the inner side of my cheek, and I'm bleeding into my mouth. That's what it's going to taste like because it's a metal droid, right? Tastes like nothing. Just like the print on the back. It's nothing. But anyway, overall, I'd say those are good minifigures, despite the tasting. All right, so I got the wife on the camera now. We're going to come in for a nice, close, intimate look at the next test. So this next test could make or break everything for the review. Could determine whether or not that this is worth your money, whether or not Lego should take all these sets, bring them back in, and throw them away because they're garbage. But this is a very scientific test, okay? It's the wind tunnel test. So I am going to determine if this set is stable enough for play, display, and whether or not it's worth the money. Okay, you ready? We're going to go through each of the minifigures, and then we're going to go through the ship itself. We're going to see if it passes the wind tunnel test. And it'll be pretty obvious if it fails the wind tunnel test. Ready? 3, 2, 1. Obvious right there, it failed. But hopefully there's some hope. Hopefully we have some hope left for the rest of the set. Sorry, Obi-Wan, you failed that test. Next one up is Ton Wei. We'll see if the first ever Lego Kaminoan will pass the wind tunnel test. Ready? 3, 2, 1. I'm actually surprised. I thought that her being a double wide surprise, a little bit less, see, because Obi-Wan here, he's got these little leg gaps. He's got an actual thigh gap. He's fit. He's in shape. He's got a thigh gap that you can just, but she does not. She does. But she doesn't have a thigh gap, okay? So there's no wind to go through the little leg piece here. It's just one solid skirt piece. The legs are at the side. You've got the fat head. I mean, Obi-Wan's kind of got a fat head when you put his hood on there. But I don't know. This one passed. She passed. Last one. Last but not least. I'll give you a theory on this one. When he's stationed like this, and even when it's on the ground, it does have a little gap at the bottom because it doesn't fully touch the ground in all 3 parts of the droid. So I think that R4 here is actually going to pass the wind tunnel test. That's my theory. So Obi-Wan failed. Ton Wei passed. R4, I'm going to guess passes. Ready? 3, 2, 1. It passed. I actually blew on that one harder. But you'll say, Jay, that's not fair. You got to blow on them all the same. But you know what? I'm giving him benefit of the doubt. Okay, he passed with flying colors. He had a tougher challenge than the other 2. Okay, so we'll recap it here. R4 passed with flying colors. The real MVP, despite not having a back print, did amazing. Obi-Wan, you're my favorite character, but you did terrible. Ton Wei, you did pretty good. See, she budges, but she doesn't fall off. So pretty good. So 2 out of the 3 minifigures passed. So now we're on to the final one, the Starship. Now I don't know about you guys. I think this is gonna, I don't know. It's a little wobbly. Maybe it'll pass, maybe it won't. We'll see. I'm gonna, you know, I don't smoke. I don't do any stupid things with my health, other than, you know, waste my money on stuff like this. But I'm gonna blow as hard as I can. I'm gonna try and knock this mother off the table. Okay, hard as I can. 3, 2, 1. Well, I was wrong. That's one stable Starship. A little lightheaded, actually, if I'm going to be honest, after blowing as hard as I could. So, do I think it's worth your money? If you can find it under $30, absolutely worth your money. Passes the wind tunnel test. The minifigures taste all right. Yeah, not much else to say about that. So there you have it. There's the complete overview of Lego set number 75333, Obi-Wan Kenobi's Jedi Starfighter from Episode 2, Attack of the Clones. Now, overall, I'd say this is actually a pretty nice display set. It could even make a pretty good play set. There are a few pieces I think would fall off pretty quickly. So like the little communication antenna, it's just one piece, so that'll fall off immediately. You might lose the studs out of the stud shooters, but overall, I think this is actually a pretty good play set as well as a display set. So if you have a younger sibling, younger cousin, or somebody who still likes to play with Legos instead of displaying / collecting them, this could be pretty good for them. It's not a difficult build. It's a short build. It would hold up to the test of time. And if they like to show battle damage, the wings do come off like I showed earlier. So overall, pretty nice set. The minifigures are really nice. So if you're a collector, I would say hurry up and grab this before this set retires if you can find it for under $30. I don't think it's really worth that $30 to $35 range. If you can find it between $20 and $25, I'd say absolutely grab it. Because just for the Kaminoan alone, this is the first and only they have right now. On a side note, I do think when the more Bad Batch sets come out, I think they're probably going to have more Kaminoan figures. But at the time of this recording, Tonwei is the only one that Lego has right now. So for that alone, I think this would be worth picking up because I can see her price becoming maybe the price of the set, if not doubled, in the nearby future, because this could be a very sought after collectible piece. The Obi-Wan Kenobi minifigure is a good minifigure with a good print, but I wouldn't say that he dominates the set alone. You can get other Obi-Wan Kenobi minifigures as well as the R4, but overall, ship is great. The minifigures are great. So on a scale of 1 to 10, what would I give this? Honey, what would you give this? She'd give it a 5 out of 10. I'm going to be a little bit more generous. I'll say I'll give it an 8 out of 10. Good exclusive minifigure, good minifigure selection, good ship overall. So, if you like this video, go ahead and leave a like. If you'd be so kind. We'd also appreciate the subscription. We're really trying to get this going. We have plenty of Lego sets to come in the future. We've got Jurassic Park Legos. We've got Disney Legos. We're going to get all sorts of Legos and other stuff to review. We'll do some gameplay videos. So in the comments, if there's any Lego sets you'd like to see us review / unbox, build, leave it in the comment section below. And we'll see you next time. This has been Jay from The Breakfast Apes signing off. Bye-bye.